Can you solve all these App World history questions? The US entered World War I in. Right choice. 1917 is best. Which year did World War I start? Clear logic. 1914. Nations not aligned with a superpower. Nicely done. Third world is solid. Who was the president during World War I? Exactly. Woodrow Wilson makes sense. World War I took place between what years? 1914, 1918 is correct. All economies in the world are essentially. Smart move, mixed economies is accurate. Leader of Italy at the start of World War I. Nice work. Benito Mussolini fits perfectly. Women began working where during World War I? Good thinking. Factories is right. World War I. What country had to accept blame for Woe I? Bravo. Germany is the answer. Where was the only successful slave revolt in history? You chose Haiti, correct? Who lost all land holdings in Africa after World War I? You got it. Germany fits. Which of the following is not an aspect of nationalism? On track. Common job is correct. To whom were the signers writing this breakup letter? Valid point. King George is true. The second recorded dynasty of China's history were the. Right again. Shang's is valid. The shot heard round the world happened at what battle? You're right. Lexington Concord is correct. Which empire has one of the oldest cultures of the world? Great thinking. China is right. Which was the longest running dynasty in Chinese history? Strong choice. Joe is right. What battle was known as the shot heard round the world? Well picked. Concord is correct. What is the correct spelling of your history teacher's name? Oh. Nice selection. Isaacs is correct. Which decade was the United States involved in World War I? Solid response. 1940s is valid. Korea was divided along the dash parallel after World War I. Sharp thinking. 38th is right. Which country controlled Korea until the end of World War? Excellent. Japan is well reasoned. During World War I, the first Axis country to be defeated was. Good job. Italy works well. Which of the following is not an aim of the League of Nations? Well done. Collective stability is right. Which of the following was not a MAIN? Because of World War I? Excellent choice. Immigration is right. After World War I, how many sections was Germany divided into? Correct response. 4 is accurate. Who was punished most harshly for its involvement in World War I? Well reasoned. Germany is correct.
The goal of the Soviet Union after World War I was to spread dash.
Perfect. Communism is the one. Which country was divided at the 38th parallel after World War I? Correct. Korea is spot on.
What country had 2 atomic bombs dropped on it during World War I?
Great job. Japan is accurate. Which country began to dominate the global economy after World War I? Well picked. United States is correct. This word means seeking other colonies. It was a cause of World War I. Excellent choice. Imperialism is right. Which of the following world powers did not join the League of Nations? Nice selection. United States is correct. Which country was recreated as a result of treaties after World War I? Valid point. Poland is true. The Axis powers in World War I included all of the following except dash. You chose Poland. Correct. What state had the most Japanese internment camps during World War I? Bravo. California is the answer. In World War I, one of the primary American commanders in the Pacific was. Well done. Chester Nimitz is right. Prior to World War I, which nation was Europe's dominant industrial power? Perfect. B. Britain is the one. Rivalry between us and Soviet Union, competing for world leadership in 1945-1991. Clear logic. Cold War is sound. It involved a confrontation without the direct or actual military or war. Exactly. Cold War makes sense. The armistice ending the First World War went into effect on November 11 of. Right again, 1918 is valid. What propaganda character was created to recruit soldiers during World War I? Good job. Uncle Sam works well. Which term best describes American foreign policy in Europe after World War I? Nice work. Containment fits perfectly. This word means strengthening a country's military. It's a cause of World War I. Great job. Militarism is accurate. What American policy promised to stop the spread of communism anywhere in the world? Correct response. Truman Doctrine is accurate. Alliance of Great Britain, Soviet Union, United States, and France during World War I. Excellent. Allied powers is well reasoned. After World War I, the Marshall Plan benefited countries that agreed to avoid becoming. Great thinking. Communist is right. Communist country during Cold War desired to spread communism around the world. Us rival. Well reasoned. Soviet Union is correct. The revolutionary wave of demonstrations and protests occurring in the Arab world is called. You got it? Arab Spring fits. Dash is a continent of varying landscapes, abundant natural resources, and fascinating history. Right choice. Europe is best. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format? Solid response. Contact Narayan Changda is valid.